English is an important language in today's world, but many people struggle to learn it. Traditional methods like grammar books and school lessons can be boring or ineffective. But what if you could learn English in a fun and natural way? This is the story of Arjun, a young man who transformed his English skills using social media. He didn't join expensive classes or travel abroad. He simply used his smartphone wisely. Through videos, posts, and online conversations, he went from struggling to confident. If you also want to improve your English but don't know where to start, this story will give you practical tips and motivation. My name is Arjun, and I grew up in a small town where English was not commonly spoken. Since childhood, I had always admired people who spoke English fluently. They sounded confident, smart, and full of knowledge. But whenever I tried to speak, I would freeze. I knew some words but could never form proper sentences. School didn't help much. Our English teacher focused more on grammar rules than speaking. I memorized tenses, vocabulary lists, and essays, but when it came to real conversations, I failed miserably. I felt embarrassed when my classmates laughed at my broken English. One day, I watched an interview of a famous entrepreneur who said, "You don't need a classroom to learn. The world is your teacher." That sentence changed my mindset. I decided to find my own way to learn English. Chapter 2. Discovering social media as a learning tool like everyone else. I spent hours on social media, scrolling through videos, reading posts, and chatting with friends. One day, I realized something. Many people on social media were speaking English fluently. I thought, if they can learn, why can't I? I made a decision. I would use social media not just for fun but for learning English. Watching English videos on YouTube and Instagram. The first step was watching English videos. I started with short clips, funny skits, motivational speeches, and travel vlogs. In the beginning, I barely understood anything. But instead of giving up, I turned on subtitles. I would pause, rewind, and repeat sentences. Slowly, I started recognizing words and phrases. One day, I came across a video that said, "Don't just watch, speak along." I decided to try it. Whenever I watched a video, I repeated the sentences aloud. It felt strange at first, but over time, my pronunciation improved. Following English pages on Facebook and Twitter. I started following pages that posted daily English phrases, idioms, and tips. Every morning, I made it a habit to read their posts and try to use those words in my daily conversations. For example, one day I learned the phrase, "better late than never." That evening, when my friend was late for a meeting, I said, "Better late than never, right?" He smiled, and I felt proud. Joining English-speaking groups. I joined English learning groups on Facebook and WhatsApp. These groups had people from different countries, all trying to improve their English. Every day, we had discussions on random topics. At first, I only read others' messages. I was too nervous to write. But after a few weeks, I pushed myself to type simple sentences. People in the group corrected my mistakes kindly, and I improved. One day, I even participated in a voice chat. My voice trembled, but I spoke. That was a big moment for me. Chapter 3. Overcoming fear and building confidence. As I practiced daily, I started feeling more comfortable with English. But I still hesitated to speak in real life. What if people made fun of me? One day, I saw a live video where an influencer said, "Making mistakes is part of learning. Speak, make mistakes, and learn from them." That day, I made a promise. I would not fear mistakes anymore. Posting in English. I started writing short posts in English on Facebook and Instagram. In the beginning, they were just captions like, "Feeling happy today. Had a great day at work." Slowly, I started writing longer posts about my thoughts, experiences, and lessons. People appreciated my efforts, and that encouraged me. Whenever I watched a video or read an article, I commented in English. It was a small but powerful habit. By engaging in discussions, I learned how real conversations worked. One day, I left a comment on a motivational video. The creator replied, "Great point, Arjun." I was thrilled. It was a small moment, but it gave me confidence. After months of using social media for learning, I noticed a huge change. My vocabulary had grown, my pronunciation was clearer, and most importantly, I was no longer afraid to speak English. One day, a foreign customer visited my workplace. My colleagues hesitated to talk to him, but I stepped forward and greeted him. We had a short conversation, and he understood me perfectly. That was the day I realized I had truly improved. The power of smart social media use. Looking back, I feel proud of my journey. I didn't need expensive courses or foreign trips to learn English. I just needed a smartphone, social media, and determination. If you are struggling with English, don't wait for a perfect opportunity. Start today. Use social media wisely. Watch, listen, speak, and engage. Learning is everywhere. You just have to grab it. Remember, the internet is not just for entertainment, it can be your greatest teacher. If I can do it, so can you. Start using social media to improve your English today. Watch videos, comment on posts, join groups, and speak without fear. You'll be amazed at your progress. Arjun's journey proves that learning English is not difficult if you use the right methods. Social media, often seen as a distraction, can actually be a powerful tool for self-improvement. If you are afraid of speaking English, remember, mistakes are part of the learning process. The more you practice, the better you get. Now, it's your turn. Start watching English videos with subtitles. Follow pages that post useful English content. Join online groups and participate in conversations. Comment, post, and engage in English daily. The world is full of opportunities to learn. You just have to take the first step. What do you think of this method? Have you ever tried learning English through social media? Let me know in the comments.